Welcome back everyone, and today it's time for another tournament, and this time we're going to take a look at Series 3. So all Series 3 drivers are going to duel it out World Cup style to see who's the best driver in Series 3. So this is the lineup that we're looking at today, but because there aren't actually that many drivers in Series 3, I'm throwing in the epic version of Kimi Antonelli, of Isack Hadjar, and the rare version of Bortoleto, who actually went on to win the Series 2 tournament. So although these three aren't technically drivers from Series 3, I think they could still hold up really well in this tournament. But we're going to find out today. Before we head into the first race, let's take a look at our Series 3 car.
What are we driving?
Okay, so now we're in F1 Clash, and this is the car that we're going to be racing with today, and is also the car that I would recommend you race with in Series 3, or at least what I raced with back then. Series 3 is all about cornering, so in this case there is actually some nuance to it. There are some choices that aren't 100% clear and kind of depend on the level and what you have unlocked. So for example, the brakes, if you don't have the Supernova brakes yet, or the levels are not ideal, you could also take this set of brakes because it is technically better at cornering. Just depending on the level, you're going to have to decide if it's worth to take the downsides on all the other stats. And also we take a look at the gearbox. We do have this gearbox that we unlock in Series 3, which is really good at cornering. But again, it's going to come down to the level if the downsides and the other stats are worth it or not. But I think those two choices would also be valid. So this is what we're going to be racing with today. And now let's head into the first race. Okay, so the first race in this tournament takes place at Zandvoort and is a duel between Albon and the epic version of Kimi Antonelli, which is a duel that I'm pretty excited for because while Kimi Antonelli, as we can see here, is a lot better at qualifying and race start and is of course an epic version, Albon doesn't have too bad stats and is from Series 3, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Tire management of Albon is a lot better. I do want to put them on a similar strategy just to make it fair. They can actually both do a one-stop on the hard, so that's what I'm going to go with. But Albon should be able to push a bit more since he has better tire management, but we'll see how it plays out. Not going to boost anyone, of course. So this track is about defending and cornering. The driver stats always vary in Series 3, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And the first race started, yeah, Albon with a poor race start. It's not really his strongest stat. Antonelli had a better race start and is up to P7. So I am pushing both of them, which I think is always the best thing to do for the first lap or for the first couple corners. But Albon is actually already right behind Antonelli. Okay, so not looking as good for Antonelli as I thought. And yeah, I'm gonna let this play out for a couple seconds, but now let's go medium on both of them. I want to give each driver the best chance to win this race, so I don't want to have a favorite throughout this tournament, kind of like McLaren currently. It's really crazy what they did last weekend with Norris and Piastri, and Norris had a slow pit stop, but I'm going to try to give each driver their best chance at winning this duel, so I'm not going to like favor anyone in terms of tire strategy or ERS management. But because they are both on the same strategy and are both on the one stop with the hard, this is going to again decide before the first pit stop. That's probably going to be the driver that wins. And I actually think Albon will do the overtake, but it should be pretty close between these two guys. So I'm going to fast forward 1 or 2 laps and then let's see how this plays out. Now lap 3, yes, and this is already going to be the important thing. Antonelli his tires are going to run out, and Albon has more tires left, so I can push Albon more. So I'm going to, yeah, give Albon his best chance to do an overtake here. I think this is maybe not the best opportunity, but now here, yeah. Albon is through, Antonelli losing out positions, and he's probably going to run out of tires before the pit stop. So now I could go into conserve mode, but I'm just going to keep him on medium. I think that's all in all going to be the best move. So yeah, Albon takes the lead before the first pit stop, and that's probably going to be the victory. Antonelli now running out of tires, and Albon still had tires left, and now, yes, Antonelli is going to have to wait here, and that's probably the decider. So I hope it became clear that I'm not favoring any of the drivers, but because Albon has better tire management, I could push him more And I couldn't push Antonelli because then he would have run out of tires even earlier. Oh, it's going to rain, actually. Okay, I didn't even look at that. Okay, that's going to make this all a bit crazy, but still, it's not going to impact the final results. I'm going to go on to wet tires now. And then, yeah, let's see how the race plays out, but I hope it became clear why I pushed Albon there and didn't push Antonelli. Now let's, yeah, fast forward to the end of the race and see how this plays out. Alright, we're in the last lap, and yeah, the rain didn't really change much about the duel between Albon and Antonelli. Albon is in P12, Antonelli in P14, and it's basically the gap from that pit stop where Antonelli lost out in the first couple laps. So, yeah, things played out how I would expect them to play out. Albon won this first duel, Antonelli is going to lose out and not continue in this tournament. Yeah, I also didn't use Antonelli in Series 3 because that poor tire management, I just don't like it. I love it when drivers have good tire management and you have a bit more freedom with your strategy. So yeah, Albon prevails. Albon is the one that continues in this tournament. But now let's head into the next race. And race number 2 is about to start. In this case, it is between Bearman and Ocon, putting them both into push mode. Let's see how this race played out. Both with a decent race start. Bearman up to P3, P2 now. Can he take the lead? Not quite. He did take the lead. Okay, Bearman already in P1, Ocon in P11 now. P12, so yeah, kind of in the midfield. So yeah, with this one, I don't really want to, let's not build any fake tension. Bearman is a very strong contender to win this tournament. He has great stats. You unlock him in Series 3. He's the only rare version, the only rare driver in Series 3, and he has great stats and is basically better at everything than Ocon. The only thing where Ocon has a slight edge is tire management, but I don't think that's going to make the difference here. So yeah, I'm going to give them both a fair shot. Maybe Ocon pulls off a miracle, but I'm placing my bet on Bearman this race, and yeah, let's see how it plays out. Okay, we're now in the last lap, and things played out how I expected them to. So Bearman is actually almost finished with his last lap and is still in P1. Ocon at P9, and if we take a look at the map, we can see the distance between them. So Bearman over half a lap ahead of him, and is now gonna finish in P2, slightly running out of tires. Okay, that can happen. It's probably gonna happen to Ocon as well. But yeah, I never used Ocon in Series 3, the common version of him. The stats just aren't that good, and this race showed that. So he's now in P8. Can he get over the finish line without running out of tires? No, he did run out of tires, but it was going to stay P8, but it's not going to help him. Bearman was way better, so yeah, there we could also see the potential of Bearman. Excited to see how this plays out throughout the tournament, but for now, Bearman wins this race, or this duel, and is the one that heads, or continues to the next stage of this tournament. And race number 3 is a duel between Tsunoda and Hadjar. I'm expecting another clean slate here by Isaac Hadjar. The only thing that Tsunoda is better at is qualifying, so that's why he's starting in P9 and Hadjar started in P13. But let's see how this race start plays out. I'm pushing both drivers. Hadjar is on the hard tire, Tsunoda is on the medium tire. Actually, Tsunoda is holding up better than I thought he would, because the rest of his stats really aren't that great compared to Isaac Hadjar. I'm going to take him off the power in just a second. Okay, so actually both didn't have the best start. Tsunoda in P10, Hadjar in P13. Tsunoda's tire management is a lot worse than Hadjar's, so that's why he couldn't do the one-stop on the hard, so I'm putting him on a two-stop strategy instead. But with Hadjar, I think with the tire management stat that he does have, a one-stop is the quickest option for him personally. So Hadjar, I think, is another strong contender in this tournament because he has great stats. So I really liked you, or I actually used Hadjar when I was racing in Series 3. Never used Tsunoda. So Hadjar should win this, but let's see how it plays out. Okay, so Tsunoda is now about to head into his second pit stop. So he's going into the pits now, and Hadjar is, yeah, he's already on the straight, so he's going to easily pass Tsunoda. And Tsunoda is now going to be on softs, while Hadjar is still on hard for the next 2 laps, or last 2 laps. Tsunoda in P15, okay. quite a bit of traffic between them. So Tsunoda held up better than I thought he would, but I think that's the victory for Hadjar. Okay, last couple corners of this race. Hadjar currently in P8 if he can hold the position, and Tsunoda is in P12, so he didn't really manage to catch up that much. Hadjar, okay, now we're gonna fall to P10, but doesn't really matter. Hadjar won, Tsunoda in P11. Okay, so P10, P11. It's a close match, but yeah, as expected, Hadjar came out on top, so Hadjar wins this duel and moves on to the next stage of this tournament. And in this last race of the first stage of the tournament, actually two teammates are facing off, Hulkenberg and Bortoleto. So in real life, they might be pretty closely matched, but in this case, it's the common version of Hulkenberg from Series 3 and Bortoleto, the rare version from Series 1. So Series 1 driver versus Series 3 driver. But I'm expecting Bortoleto to perform better here. His stats are, except qualifying, which is, yeah, we saw play out. Hulkenberg started in front. But except qualifying, Bortoleto, the rare version of him, is better at everything than Hulkenberg. So I'm expecting an overtake here pretty soon. They are both on the one-stop strategy with the hard tires. So Bortoleto will have to make the overtake before the first pit stop. But I'm expecting that he will do it. And okay, well, they're both getting past. And I also think Bortoleto has a fair shot of making it to the final round of this tournament. So yeah, interested to see how this Series 1 driver still holds up in Series 3. Let's see how it plays out. But Hulkenberg, wow, he's doing way better than I thought. So yeah, on this track is actually the one where I recreated Hulkenberg's P19 to podium. So yeah, at Montreal, Hulkenberg is apparently really good, so maybe he'll pull off another miracle here again and actually beat Bortoleto, but I can't imagine. But it's looking like it. Bortoleto is not really catching up. Wow, okay, so now I'm gonna tell them to do their first pit stop. If Bortoleto doesn't overtake until then I think he lost. Okay, yeah, Hulkenberg now on the straight in P7, Bortoleto P10. Didn't manage to get closer, so Hulkenberg is going to be first into the pits, and Bortoleto is going to have to wait behind him. So Hulkenberg is going to win this? That's crazy. And maybe this is a good point where I should mention that if you do this World Cup style tournament thing, of course there's a bit of luck involved. Like maybe Hulkenberg just is really good at Montreal, or just got really lucky in this race, or Bortoleto got really unlucky. So that can happen, but I'm going to give my thoughts on that at the end when we see how the entire tournament plays out. But this is one of those instances where Bortoleto should be better than Hulkenberg in Series 3 and should have won this, but it's not looking like he will. But that's what happens. That's the bit of craziness that I love in these tournaments that I think just makes it interesting and exciting. And yeah, we'll just roll with it, you know? That's what happened. Okay, so last lap, last couple corners. Bortoleto has a bit more tires left, so he used up some energy, but yeah, he doesn't have enough energy to really utilize those tires. So yeah, Hulkenberg is going to win this, and you know what? I like it when things don't always play out how you expect them to play out. I thought Bortoleto would win this easily, but Hulkenberg crosses over the line first. Bortoleto in P14. Crazy! So that means Hulkenberg is actually the one that advances to the second round of this tournament. Who would have thought? Alright, that means we're now in stage 2 of this tournament, and the drivers that made it to this stage are the common version of Albon, the rare version of Behrman, the epic version of Isaac Hadjar from Series 2 actually, and, big surprise, the common version of Hulkenberg. So, now let's see how stage 2 plays out and who comes out on top. Okay, and we're back at Montreal, and this first race is taking place between Albon and Oliver Behrman. So, yeah, Albon held up pretty well, or fought pretty well in the first part of this tournament, but I don't think he stands a chance against the rare version of Oliver Behrman here, because he has a better qualifying, so that's not going to be what helps Albon like it just helped Hulkenberg in that last race. So Behrman is starting in front of him, and should be quicker in the race because all stats from Oliver Behrman are better than the ones from Albon. So yeah, this should be a pretty simple race, straightforward race. They can both do the one stop on the hard, but Yeah, I'm expecting a clean slate here from Oliver Bearman, but we'll see. Maybe something crazy happens again. And now at the end of the race, I can say, no, Albon could not pull off a miracle. So Bearman now in the last couple corners in P5, Albon in P13. So yeah, he didn't overtake him, but that's what I expected. And it again shows why Bearman, the rare version of him, was my personal favorite in Series 3. He wins this duel again. And Albon, I mean, he wasn't terrible. At least Bearman wasn't like about to lap him. Like he did okay, but it wasn't close. So easy victory by Bearman, as I expected, and that means Bearman moves on to the last stage of this tournament. But let's see who he's gonna fight. And this next duel takes place between the epic version of Isack Hadjar and the common version of Hulkenberg. Let's see if Hulkenberg can do something crazy again. What he again has going for him is his qualifying. His qualifying is a lot better than the one of Isack Hadjar, which means he starts out in front again. So he's now in P8, Hadjar in P14. He's going to have to fight through a lot of traffic. And maybe that will again be the winning edge that Hulkenberg needs to come out victorious. We're going to stop pushing both of them for now. So Hulkenberg now P7, Hadjar P11. We're at Austin. I mean, Austin is overtaking is okay here, so Hadjar does have every opportunity to fight through the field, and I'm expecting Hadjar to win. Like, again, the qualifying of Hulkenberg is better, but every other stat is better from Isack Hadjar, so he should win this, unless qualifying is like really important, which, as it's looking right now, it is really important. So yeah, it's gonna, as it seems, be another exciting race. So let's see how it plays out between Hulkenberg and Isack Hadjar. Okay guys, so in lap 3 and they're about to do their first pit stop, and what can I say? I can't believe what's happening. Hulkenberg is in P5 and Hadjar in P8. So Hulkenberg is going to go into the pits beforehand, and Hadjar is going to lose out to that pit stop. Maybe even so far behind that he's not going to lose that much extra time. What is happening? Hulkenberg is beating Hadjar? Okay, so, alright, the pit stops are super long in Series 3, I forgot that. So, Hadjar had to stand there for a couple seconds. So, Hulkenberg is now in front, and I don't think, since Hadjar couldn't catch him in the first 3 laps, I don't see why this should change for the remaining 3 laps. I can't believe what's happening right now. So, is Hulkenberg like actually the best driver in Series 3 just because he's so good at qualifying? I mean, let's not get too excited yet. Let's see if what Hadjar does over these next two or three laps, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, it's now the last lap, and no, Hadjar didn't pull off a miracle, or well, Hulkenberg pulled off a miracle, so he's still in P5, holding up really well. Hadjar is in P13, and actually the tires are similar, so it's not like I can push Hadjar a lot more than Hulkenberg. So Hulkenberg, he did it with Bortoleto, and he's going to do the same thing with Isack Hadjar. He's going to come out victorious in P5, and Hadjar still taking a while until he crosses the start-finish line, now in P12, and crosses the line. What is going on? Hulkenberg, like, at this point, can you still call it luck? Like, this now happened twice with 2 different rivals and 2 different tracks, and Hulkenberg came out victorious. Like, that qualifying stat, it's saving him again and again. So, will he win this? Will the common version of Hulkenberg win against Oliver Bearman? Let's find out in this last race. Okay, and the last race of this tournament takes place at Austin between Hulkenberg and Bearman. Again, the thing that Hulkenberg has going for him is the qualifying stat. Okay, so Hulkenberg P7, Bearman P10. Everything else about Hulkenberg is worse. So let's see how this plays out. Can Hulkenberg do it again? Yeah, I think the beginning of the race is going to decide it all. I'm going to give them the same tire strategy, both on medium, same as before. And now I'm really excited, guys. I did not expect this. So, let's see how it plays out. Pushing both of them. Bearman has a perfect start. Hulkenberg has a technically slow start. And it's already looking a lot better for Bearman. But But can he do the overtake? Hulkenberg defending. Let's zoom out a bit here. Hulkenberg still in the lead. Behrman, he couldn't do the overtake yet. Here's strong braking zone. Still can't do it. And now I'm going to take them off on the medium setting. And now another strong braking zone. Can Behrman do the overtake? Oh, it's looking like it. Yes. Okay, I think that was basically the decider. But wow, Hulkenberg way better than I thought. And if Behrman would have struggled to overtake, would have hit more traffic, this could have played out even closer. But now, yeah, Hulkenberg is going to probably fall back and Behrman is going to work his way further up the field. I mean, that's how I expected the rest of the races to play out. And it's, I don't know, like, is qualifying overpowered? But I mean, with Antonelli, his qualifying is also really good. And that didn't save him against Albon. So why was Hulkenberg so good? Crazy. Can't wrap my head around that. And he is. Okay, he's not falling back. He's actually quite close. How is this happening? How is this working? How can Hulkenberg be so good? All his stats are worse except qualifying. And somehow he's keeping up. But, I mean, it's not close enough. So they're going to do their first pit stop here. And, What? What? Hulkenberg now right behind him. I'm not going to push either of them. I'm going to let this duel play out. Behrman actually losing positions more than he's gaining. This can't be happening. Will Hulkenberg win this? He got super close there. Okay, now, I think this is going to be the deciding braking zone. If Hulkenberg can do an overtake here, then he could win. Okay, no. Instead, Behrman comes out in front. Loses a position again. Hulkenberg! Oh my god, guys, what? What? Okay, so Hulkenberg is losing out. That was those deciding corners. He's now going to be behind Behrman in the pits. So that was the decider, but it was close, guys. It was really close. Hulkenberg could have won this. It wasn't that much missing. I can't believe it. Okay. I need to chill. That was absolutely crazy. I didn't expect this. Okay, but let's see how this race plays out and what happens. I mean, Behrman's going to win, but still. Let's head to the end of the race. Okay, last couple corners of the last lap of the last race. And yeah, Behrman is in front. He's in P4, Hulkenberg in P11. But this gap, it doesn't paint the full picture. Like, we saw how close it was during the pit stop. So it was a very close battle decided by the pit stop. But still, Behrman is going to come out victorious. But what Hulkenberg did in this tournament, I can't believe it. Okay, Behrman across the line. Hulkenberg now also across the line in P11. Wow. So in the end, yes, Behrman comes out victorious and is the champion of this Series 3 tournament. But the biggest surprise was definitely Hulkenberg. Like, how the hell did he make it to the final round? Like, I actually already finished the thumbnail before I recorded this. And when I put Hulkenberg there, I was just joking. It was just, he recently finished on the podium and I like that memory. So I just put him in the thumbnail. But I never expected him to do that good. And like, logically, he shouldn't have done that good. Like, I mean, yes, his qualifying is great, but his other stats are always worse than the drivers he fought against. And qualifying is never the defining track stat. So, I mean, he was great. So, according to this tournament, if you really like Hulkenberg, then maybe give him a shot in Series 3 and just see how it plays out. But logically, what should have happened, or what I would have expected to the drivers to make it to the final round, would have been, besides Behrman, Hadjar or Bortoleto. So I think they're both valid picks for Series 3. I raced with Hadjar just because his overtaking is better, and overtaking is the stat that matters most for Series 4. So if you have to decide between leveling Bortoleto or Hadjar, I think it's better to go with Hadjar and level him, because then you're already better prepared for Series 4. But that's been it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. Like, what an exciting tournament. Really amazing. And hopefully I'll see you in the rest of my videos. But for now, that's been it for today. Wolaseum out.